All right, guys, if you want to start standing, feel free to stay standing. If you want to sit, if you want to offer any stretches or anything before we ground into our space. If you have your strap handy, your blocks. And just beginning and entering into this space by connecting our breath into maybe the room that we're in. No problem, Jen. And bringing ourselves into this space, maybe with our physical body. Maybe using the eyes as tools as we close them if that feels good. And feeling our body, physical body in this space. And as we feel our physical body in this space, perhaps our mind will follow, drawing us to this present moment. Maybe notice your breath as it enters through the mouth or the nostrils, and then letting it go. Breathing into the now. And now perhaps trying to breathe into yesterday. And realizing that we are not able to. Try to breathe into tomorrow at noon. And we're not able to. But we can breathe into the right now. So let your next breath fill you with the now. Allow your next breath to ground you into the now. And perhaps our mantra for today is, I am here now. I am here now. I am here now. Let's begin with the sound of a single Om together. You can say it out loud, or maybe you listen, or maybe you whisper. We'll exhale and inhale. Om. Now wherever you're at, perhaps tucking that chin to the chest. And just begin to roll the neck a little, maybe to the right side and then to the back and then over to the left. You can switch directions whenever it feels right. Maybe you don't switch directions at all. Maybe noticing a sensation in the chest or the neck. And maybe allow that chin to drop to the chest. And then we'll just nod our head up and down, letting that head drop way back, maybe stretching out that throat. Exhale, drawing that chin to the chest, maybe finding some gratitude that our neck muscles are strong enough to hold up our own head. Just rocking forward and back with that neck. Now bringing the ears over the shoulders. Maybe roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Nice. And then bring those hands to the hips, whether you're standing or whether you're seated. Maybe you are seated and you want to stand. But wherever you're at, bring those hands to the hips. We'll just do a gentle twisting. Shoulders can roll up and back. And then just twist that right elbow kind of behind you to open up the chest just a little. And then go to the other side, exhaling through the middle, left elbow going back. Some gentle twists for the torso. And breathe into the now. Really nice job, guys. Some are standing, some are sitting. Just letting our body and our energy guide us rather than our mind. So just keep with that gentle twisting for a couple more moments. And then bring those shoulders back over the hips. Whether you're seated or whether you're standing, let's bring those feet apart. So if you're standing, just come into, a wide-legged stance, really nice. And if you're seated, bring those feet apart. We'll inhale to bring the hands up overhead. And now let's exhale to bring those hands to the middle. You'll notice those sits bones tilt back. You maybe have a curve in that low spine. And if you're on the ground, maybe your hands are hovering over the earth, or maybe they're down. And maybe you bring that chin to the chest. Try to keep those, if you're on the ground, keep those pinky edges of the feet turned out, just to see how that feels on the inside of the leg. And maybe you kind of relax the feet so they come in, feeling it in the back of the leg. And then whether you're standing or seated, let's walk those hands over towards that right foot. Maybe sinking towards that thigh. And let's ground that right hand and open that left hand up towards the sky. A gentle twist again. And guys, let's kind of bring some awareness to our practice today that if we're used to going like 110%, maybe we dial it back to about 80. So working in the 80% range. And so for some of us, that actually means 50%. But let's try to just really kind of relax into our practice and not extend or get, say, the fullest amount out, if that makes sense. We're just going to dial it back. Now let's bring that left hand down towards the right. And we'll walk those hands back to the middle. If you're standing and you're kind of in that inversion, maybe you lift up halfway and give yourself a little air. And then we'll slowly walk those hands to the left, folding over that left leg. And then when you're ready, you can open that arm up to the sky, or maybe you keep the hands grounded. So maybe you bring that twist into practice, or maybe you just stay where you were. Another breath. And then we'll exhale to bring the hands back towards that left foot. Exhale to walk the hands back to the middle. And then we'll bring ourselves slowly back with the shoulders over hips, wrists over shoulders, fingertips over wrists. And exhale, bring the hands down. If you're on the ground, bring those feet to the floor, maybe hip distance apart. And if you're standing, you can just kind of come into a little squat. We're just going to kind of go back and forth. So if you're on the ground, just kind of windshield wiper those knees to one side. So you're kind of opening up that hip a little, kind of getting some movement in those hip sockets. Really nice, guys. I love how there's people taking different options. So try to open up that hip a little, getting some movement in that hip joint. Moving back and forth. And if you're on the ground, bring those feet back to the floor, bring those knees in, feet in. And let's maybe come into a boat pose. If you're standing, come in a chair, but engage that core. So if we're on the ground, maybe finding a boat. Maybe we rock back and forth and we come into a standing. Everybody's on the floor now. Let's walk our boats, ride our boats, sail our boats. Maybe we rock back and forth. Feel those sits bones. Maybe you bring the heels to the ground and you extend that chest up, reaching the chest forward, kind of like a cow back. And then we'll exhale, rock it back, maybe rounding into a cat back as we recline back. And let's come into a cow back, lowering the heels, chest shining, and then cat back as we rock back, maybe feeling those low abdominals, part of the story now. And then let's rock to stand. Maybe you come all the way back under your spine. I'm going to just come into a cross-legged standing. I'm going to meet in our mountain pose. Getting there, however, your body guides you today. Not what the mind is saying, oh, this is what a mountain pose looks like, this is how I should arrive in a mountain pose, but really feeling into that body. And then when you get to your mountain pose, we have the option of having an active mountain pose or a more passive mountain pose. A passive mountain pose, if we just ground the feet, roll the shoulders back and kind of stand. A more active mountain pose is imagine those thighs turning towards one another, like spiraling in, and then grounding to the feet, but pulling those feet apart and activating those outer hips. So more active is turning those thighs in towards one another, then grounding through the feet and pulling those feet apart energetically. And then you'll really feel that. Or maybe you just ground and hold that heart up high. 2 more breaths here in our mountain pose. Let's breathe into right now. Exhale into right now. Inhale, bring the arms up above the head. Exhale, fold it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, let's rise up to a flat back, really extending through the side body as if we're creating space between the hips and the armpits. In fact, let's bring our arms past our ears and feel that lengthening on the side body. Breathing in. Exhale, folding forward. Step that left foot back, lower that knee down. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Maybe arms come above the head. Maybe they're down. Really nice job, guys. Let's feel into this shape. This step in our Surya Namaskara. Let's fold over that foot, curl the toes under, and we'll step it back to our Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's be here now for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, glance between the hands, lower down the knees, lower down that chest and the chin, and then we'll exhale, and then inhale, lifting the heart. And then exhale, step it back to downward facing dog. 1 breath in downward facing dog, guys. Breathing in and out. And our next in breath, step that left foot forward, ground the left foot, lower that right knee. Bow over that leg, or maybe we lift up, opening the heart, lifting the hands to the sky. 1 more breath. Now exhale, frame the foot, curl the toes under, step the right foot forward, folding into our Uttanasana. Nice job. Bend the knees, let's rise up, finding mountain pose. If you want, you can offer a slight back bend, Pranayama, and then exhale back to Tadasana. Inhale, be here now. Exhale. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold it forward. We'll step the right foot back, lowering the right knee down. Low lunge on the left side first. This time, breathing in and out. Good. Exhale, curl the toes under, ground the hands, step the left foot back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, 3 breaths. Our beginning, breathe in and out. Our middle, breathe in and out. And our end, breathe in and out, let it go. Exhale, lower down the knees, lower down that chest and the chin. And then we'll inhale to lift the heart, the chest. Exhale, curl the toes under and step it back, or lift it back to downward facing dog. Good, inhale, step the right foot forward, lower that left knee down. Low lunge, breathe in. Really good. Breathe out. Now curl the toes under, step it forward, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, rise up. Finding Pranamasana maybe, slight back bend. And then exhale, Tadasana. Yep. Let it go. Exhale. Inhale, stepping or reaching the hands to the side, keeping our feet grounded, bringing hands together. Ground the left foot, step the right foot back with our arms lifted above the head maybe. Breathe in. And then we'll exhale, straighten that front leg and sweep the hands back. And then we'll inhale, bend that knee, sweep the arms up. Exhale, straighten that leg, float the arms back. So kind of like a tick-tock. We'll do this 2 more times. Bend and rise, and straighten. Exhale, folding forward, sweep the arms back. And then bend and rise, and pause here. Breathe in. Exhale, frame the foot, ground that right hand. Let's bring the left hand up to sky. Maybe you bring that right hand to a block. And the left hand reaching for the heavens. Breathing in and out. Another breath in. Exhale, bring that left hand to frame the foot. Plant that left hand on the outside of the left foot. Step the left foot back, plank pose. Pausing here in plank. You can stay here. Maybe you roll over to the left side of the foot and you reach that right arm to sky and find any expression of Vashisthasana. Perhaps grounding a knee. Imagine that 80%, right? What's 80% look like? Breathing in. Exhale, sweep that right hand down. Coming back to plank pose. From our plank, we'll be here for a breath. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down the knees, but let them hover. Don't let them touch. And then we'll straighten those legs out. Come back to plank. Nice. Lower the knees down. Let them hover. Pausing here. And now lower those knees. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Grounding the knees, grounding those shoulders. And now let's exhale to point that left toe to the sky. Maybe dropping that belly. Toe to sky, head is up. Now exhale, nose to the knee. Point the toe to the sky. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, let's round that back, nose to knee. Now inhale, bring that toe to the sky, looking the heart. Let's pause here for a breath. Maybe another one. And now stay here, lift the left arm to sky. Towards the front of the mat. Maybe you reach back down, find that right hand, or that right foot in the left hand. Kick it into the hand for our half bow pose. Breathe in. Now let's let go of that foot, but don't let it go flying and slapping onto the ground. So be active in that right leg. Release the hand, the low back activates. Bring the left arm forward. Let's extend that right leg long. So now we're in our bird dog. Tucking that pelvis. Lowering that foot maybe. And now exhale, ground the hand. Ground the knee. Maybe we sit back in child's pose or find a downward facing dog. Nice job. Let's breathe into the now. Breathing into the now. And then another breath. Exhale. Another exhale. Now let's inhale, pressing up to the hands. And then back to downward facing dog, moving with awareness, extra awareness. You can ground the heels, sink that chest towards the thighs. We'll be here for 3 breaths. At beginning, middle, and end. And after that 3rd exhale, let's bring that right foot forward, stepping between the hands. Ground that left foot. And then we'll rise up into that crescent lunge. Maybe make sure you have that block kind of close just to have it accessible. Reaching the fingertips to the sky. You can lift that right heel. Maybe it feels better to ground that, or that left heel. Maybe it's grounded or maybe it's lifted. And then we'll straighten and send the arms back. Kind of working through pyramid and crescent, and then bend and float the arms up. Exhale, fold and straighten. And we'll inhale, bend and rise. Exhale, straighten and fold. Now pause here, breathing in. Exhale, bend that knee, bring that left hand on the inside of the foot, now the right hand comes to sky. Yes. You can lower that left knee. Maybe that's what your 80% looks like today. Maybe your 80% looks just like it does right now. Let's be here now. And then we'll exhale to sweep that hand down. So the hands frame the foot, plant the hands. And then we'll inhale back to our plank pose. Be here for a breath. Really nice. And then another breath. And then when you're ready, let's hover those knees. And then we'll lift them. And now we'll come into that side plank. Come over to the right. Feet extend long, legs extend long. So bring that right knee to the ground. Maybe it's lifted. Feeling into your side plank on the right side. Breathing in. One more breath. And let's exhale, lower that left hand. Pausing in our plank, finding our stability in our plank. Really nice. And then we'll exhale, lower those knees. Let them hover. Maybe you come down with the knees. Maybe they hover. And then we'll inhale, lengthen through the legs. Lower the knees or stay in plank. And then back up to plank. One more time, hover those knees, really strong arms. Steady gaze. And then lower the knees. And then find your tabletop. Exhale when you get there. And then when you're ready, point that left toe to sky, dropping the belly, lifting the heart. Inhale. Good. Exhale, nose to knee, rounding. Inhale, toe to sky, lifting the heart. Yep. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, toe to sky, heart to the heavens. And then last time, exhale to bring the nose to the knee. And then we'll inhale, toe to sky. Once that toe gets to the sky, you feel steady on your base, extend the right arm forward. Maybe noticing the glutes, the hands, the shoulders. When you're ready, sweep that arm back. Maybe you leave it out in front. And maybe find that half boat, Ardha Dhanurasana. Breathing in and out. Another breath, feeling steady. And then when you're ready, release the hand from the foot, being mindful that you activate that leg so it won't have that support of the hand. Release that hand. Yeah, nice. Reach it forward. Extend that leg long. Here's our bird dog. Breathe in. And now let's exhale. Lower that right hand. Lower that left knee. And then let's walk our hands towards the long edge. Bring our feet off the other long edge. And then let's exhale to bring that left foot to the side. The toes point towards the short edge. And the knees kind of facing the long edge. So it's kind of like a kneeling warrior two. Okay. Maybe you bring your hands to the hips or you open your arms wide. Adjust that foot so we can exhale and bend into that knee and then come back. So this is going to be that supportive hip opener, moving with our own pace. Maybe you straighten that leg all the way so it kind of looks like that gate pose. Maybe the foot's down the whole time, but feel into that hip. Really nice. And next time that knee is over that ankle, let's pause there. And then we'll exhale to bring that left hand on the inside of that thigh. So it's kind of in the middle of that leg, lift the right arm to sky, reaching through that side body. And then we'll exhale, bring the arms back like a T. Good, lower the hands to the hips, bring that left knee down. And then we'll switch the feet. So point that right foot or the opposite leg, whichever leg you are on, towards the short edge. And then once you feel that base, then begin to bring that dynamic movement, dropping that hip or that knee past the ankle. Kind of a supportive warrior two here. Yeah, you can be standing too. Couple more times. Now back to more of that warrior two. Exhale, bring that hand on the inside of that right leg and reach to the sky with those left fingertips. Breathing in and out. One more breath. Exhale, back out like a T with the arms. Bring hands to the hips. And I bring that right foot towards the long edge. Let's come to standing. Bring the feet apart. And then we'll exhale, drop right into our Utthita Konasana, into our goddess squat. And then from that goddess squat, let's exhale to go to one side and then the next. Exhaling for those movements. Maybe you lift the toes off the ground and come onto the heel a little bit as you rock side to side. Easing into these hip joints. And now once you come back to the middle, let's straighten those legs, come up to stand. Point those toes towards the long edge. Breathe in and out. And then exhale, bring that left foot towards the short edge. And then maybe you bring that right foot further away from that left foot and we'll bend that knee, finding our Virabhadrasana 2. Extend the arms, short edge to short edge. And then let's straighten that front leg. And then bend. Straighten, let's bring the palms together above the head. Maybe the gaze follows the thumbs. And then exhale, bending. Inhale, straighten and bring the palms together. Exhale, pause here, Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe in. Exhale, bring that left hand on the inside of that thigh, right arm reaching for sky. Good, one more breath. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Both hands come on the inside of that foot. Pivot onto the ball of the right foot. Let's bring that left foot out to the side and come into a standing lizard. So the left foot is towards the left side of the mat and the hands are on the inside. The right leg is lifted. It's kind of active here. You can drop that left knee out a lot or a little. Maybe your 80% is to lower that knee. But let's stay on our palms and feel those palms connected to the earth. Let's breathe in and out. One more breath. Now exhale to ground that left foot. Find your block, bring it towards that left foot. And then step that right foot forward about halfway, straightening that front leg, find that block, bring that left hand to the block. Maybe rise up, lifting that right heel off the ground. Maybe the right foot comes off the ground. And then let's exhale to stack the hips. Yes. The right arm can reach high. That right leg maybe is down on the ground and maybe it's lifted. Let's bend that front knee. Exhale to lower that right foot. Let's find our Virabhadrasana 2 again. You can straighten the leg, kind of setting up for a triangle. You can come into that Virabhadrasana 2, whether you want to bend or straighten that leg. We're just going to bring the feet apart, opening up those hips. And now we'll bend if you're not there already. Exhale to bring that hand towards the foot. Hover onto that block. Let's rise up into our Chandrasana. Maybe you want to explore with bringing that right heel towards the glute. Bending that leg. If you want, you can bring that hand towards the foot. Or you can just keep that foot there with the right arm lifted. One more breath. Extend that leg if that heel was tucked in. Now let's just exhale, bring that right hand towards the block. Square the hips to the ground, that right foot meets the left. Let's fold it forward, Uttanasana. Good, bend the knees. Exhale, rise up to sky. Hands come together and then in front of the heart, Tadasana. Breathing in and out. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up to sky. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, step it back to plank pose. Halakasana. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in. On our exhale, let's step that left foot towards kind of that right elbow, right wrist, but it comes off to the side. So you know when we kind of bisect that mat with our foot, so the left foot's off to the side, kind of in the middle of the mat. Come onto the right foot, lift the right arm to sky, our fallen triangle. Keep that left foot down. Maybe you lift the left leg and it's parallel with the ground. Maybe you move it up and down. This reminds me of growing up on the ranch and having to mow hay in the summer. That long sickle mower going up and down. Now let's lower that foot to the ground. Right arm sweeps to the floor. Now step it back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Let the breath go. Another breath in. Exhale. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Pivot the left foot down, and we'll find our Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. Extending through fingertips, grounding through the feet. And then let's straighten that leg. Feel your base, and then bend that knee. Now we'll straighten and bring palms together. Exhale, bend. Straighten and bring the palms together. Good, exhale, bend, and let's pause. Inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand towards the foot, coming into our extended side angle. Left arm to sky, right arm on the inside of the foot. Breathe in. And out. Another breath in. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Both hands are on the inside of that foot. Pivot on the ball of the left foot. Walk that right foot towards the right edge of the mat. And we'll find our lizard. Maybe it's active, maybe it's passive. So the left leg can be long, the left knee can be lowered. Let that right foot drop out as much as feels good on that hip. On the side of that right foot, maybe the left leg can be lifted or it can be lowered. Let's breathe here. In and out. And now exhale, lower that foot down. Bring the foot in just a little bit. Exhale, pivot the left foot down. Let's rise up, coming to that Virabhadrasana 2. And now bring that left foot towards the right. Bring the right hand on the inside of that right foot. If you have your block there, bring that hand to the block. We'll bend that knee, rise into that Ardha Chandrasana. Yes. And giving ourselves permission to explore different variations. Maybe that heel towards the glute. Maybe that hand finds that foot like we did on our knees earlier. When you're ready, let that leg go long if it's not long already. Exhale down to Virabhadrasana 2. We'll give ourselves a little rest from that strong standing leg. You can straighten that leg, or you can bend. And you can give it another go. You can bend that knee, bring that right hand down towards the floor, that block. Lift off of that left foot. Leg coming high, maybe it's low. And then find your expression. Maybe you're in your sugar cane with that foot towards the glute. Really nice job, guys. And when you're ready, extend that leg long, reaching it back. Lift that left arm to sky, coming off that block. Yes, now bring the left hand towards the right hand, squaring the hips to the mat. And let's exhale, step that left foot to meet the right. We'll hang in our forward fold. Maybe the feet are wide, maybe the feet are close together. Well, let yourself hang out the opening of the back legs here. Spine coming long. And now exhale, ground the hands. We'll inhale to step it back to our plank pose. Pausing in our plank. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale up, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in deeply into this moment right now. And then when you're ready on an inhale, bring that right foot out to the side of the mat, to the floor. Hit on to that left foot, reach the left arm to sky, coming into our fallen triangle. On the other side, that right foot can hover, or maybe it's grounded, maybe up and down, or just resting. We're here 2, 3 more breaths. Nice job. Your next exhale, lower that foot, bring the hand to the ground, step that right foot back, plank pose. Pause here and plank. Now bring the right foot or right knee wide, then the left, hover those knees wide to the mat, then lower down and sit back, child's pose. Exhale in child's pose. Maybe noticing the heartbeat, the breath, letting it go, breathing in, breathing out, deep breath in, and then to normal breath. Another breath in. Exhale, letting the breath go. And we'll glance up at the hands. Plant the hands, come onto the knees. And then from there, the knees are wide, the hands are forward. Lift the sits bones off the heels, and we'll rock it forward. Bring the big toes together. Maybe you glance past those knees, bring the big toes together. Dip the hips forward, dropping the belly, lifting the heart, bringing those heels towards the glutes for Raja Bhujangasana, King Cobra Pose. It's been a while since we've done this in this class, but let those heels come towards the back. Maybe you bring the crown of the head towards the feet. Maybe the gaze is forward, but press those hands down. Drop the shoulders. Maybe a slight bend in the elbows. Hips hover. And then we'll exhale back to wide-legged child's pose. Then inhale, lifting the heart, hovering the shoulders forward, bring those heels and toes up kind of towards the glutes. Drop the pelvis, lift the heart. Let's pause here for a breath. And then exhale back to wide-legged child's pose. Let's inhale, look at the hands. Come onto the forearms, onto the elbows, lifting the shoulders over the elbows. Now bring the knees in, and let's extend those legs nice and long. So now we're in what we might know as our Sphinx Pose, where we're gonna bring our arms out like a T to the side. But bring the hands onto a tent if you have like a grapefruit underneath your palms. Okay, and the elbows are kind of bent. They can be kind of bent like this, or they can be out long. So bring those elbows into a place that feels good. The low ribs are on the ground. Now let's lift the heart. So we're on the tips of our fingers, and let's lower that left shoulder down, glancing over towards the right. Let that left shoulder touch the ground, be here for a moment, and then another one. And then we'll inhale, bring the shoulders up, so we're back to where we started. Now exhale, lower that right shoulder down, glancing over to the left. Pausing here. Now inhale to draw ourselves back to where we started. One more time, drop that left shoulder down. Why are we doing this? We have the 4 corners of our body, the hips and the shoulders. So opening shoulders, open the hips, opening hips to open shoulders. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze back to where we started. Now exhale, drop that right shoulder, kind of bring it into the middle, right? Glancing over to the left, we'll pause here. And then we'll inhale, come up. back to where we started. Yes. Now bring those arms in. Elbows can be under the shoulders or maybe they're a little bit in front. Anchor that pubic bone down and then activate that low back, the mid back, and lift the heart for Sphinx. Shalamba Bhujangasana. Or maybe the elbows are directly under the shoulders to lift the heart a little more. Breathe in and out. Maybe actively press those hands down and pull those hands towards the hips and the hips towards the hands, but we're not going to move, but just energetically activating the palm, the forearms, the elbows. Breathe in. And now let's exhale, lower down with control, the belly, the ribs, the chest. Slide those hands underneath the shoulders, and then we'll set up for some little Cobra Push-Ups here. So our shoulders are over those palms. And then exhale, press up into Cobra Pose. Notice what's active in the posterior chain. With the glutes, the back, let those elbows dangle, but keep them close into the side body. And then we'll lower down like a wave. The belly, the chest, the forehead, hovering over the floor. Press the hands down, and then lifting the chest up. Noticing the shoulders activate. Bhujangasana. Lower down. Chest, forehead parallel with the ground. Exhale, press the hands down. Maybe you let the hands hover, and this is totally the back, lifting the heart. And now lower down, forehead parallel with the floor, hands underneath the shoulders. Exhale, press up and back. This time to puppy pose, walking the hands in front. Hips over the knees. Let's breathe into this present moment here. Draw the breath in through the nose. Maybe exhale out and open mouth. And on your next inhale, ground those hands. Bring that right leg out to the side. So the right bottom of the foot is on the ground. The knee is underneath that left hip. So we're in a puppy with the right leg out to the side. See if you can ground that heart. Let the breath go. Inhale. Now exhale, look up at the hands and walk those hands, lifting kind of the shoulders and the chest. Walk those hands towards that knee. So we're going to come into our shoulders lifted, chest lifted over the knees. The right leg is out. Really nice. Any variation with the arms? Let's turn those toes towards the sky, opening that hip up and forward. Yeah, you got it. Maybe closing the eyes and feeling that foot move towards the ground so the bottom of the foot is on the floor. And just feeling this movement as we bring toes to the sky and then foot to the floor, moving as slowly or quickly as feels good for our body. Let's do it one more time. Meeting with that right foot on the ground. And we'll sweep our arms to the sky. And then we'll fold it forward, coming back to our puppy pose with the arms far, 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 that leg out to the side, touch down with the heart. And then we'll exhale, bring the hands kind of close to the shoulders to bring that right knee in. And then maybe sway those hips side to side. And then we'll walk the hands forward, coming into puppy. And then in puppy, bring that left foot out to the side. Plant that left foot on the ground, sinking the heart down. Anahatasana with a little bit of spice to it. A little flavor. And let's breathe into now. Letting go of any facial expressions. Any tightness in the chest, just release. On our next exhale, we're going to lift the head, walk those hands towards the knees. Lifting the arms high, lifting those hips over the knee, the shoulders over the hip. You can lift the arms to the sky, maybe they grab on the hips. Close the eyes if it's comfortable, and just turn those toes up to the sky, and then plant that left foot back to the ground. Back and forth. Now one more time, meeting with that left foot on the ground. Inhale to sweep the hands to the sky. And when you're ready, floating the hands forward, coming into our puppy pose with a little flavor, dropping the heart, and then bring that left knee to meet the right, finding our traditional Anahatasana. Breathe in. And now let's exhale, lower those elbows and the forearms down, coming onto the belly. So send the legs long. And then from here, on our stomachs, we can come into a reclined tree. So keep the left leg long. Maybe the right foot is on the inside of the right thigh, or the right foot is towards that calf. But open the hip up, or come into your tadpole with that right knee out to the side and the ankle below that right knee. If you're in a tadpole, which is the knee out to the side and that ankle kind of underneath the knee, try pressing that knee into the floor and seeing how the glute and the hip socket on that knee pressed in leg feel. You might feel the foot lift off the ground a little. And then let go of any effort and just let that leg be out to the side. Another breath in. And exhale, send that right leg long. So draw it in towards the body so both legs are long. And then when you're ready, come into either that reclined tree with that left foot on the inside of the leg, knee out to the side, or come into your tadpole with that knee kind of in line with hip and the ankle kind of underneath the knee off to the side. Maybe you explore with pressing that left knee into the earth. Letting go of that effort and letting the leg rest. Draw that knee in, legs are long. And then you're welcome to stay here, maybe finding a sphinx or just resting on your hands. Or if you want, you can bring those ankles over the knees, feet towards the sky. And we can inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest, let the hands hover, finding an expression of bow pose. Maybe you reach those hands back towards the heels, bring the heels towards the glutes. And you find the ankles with the hands, pointing the toes, kicking the feet into the hands. Dhanurasana. And we'll exhale to lower everything down. With control, you can release the hands from the feet. We'll exhale to come onto our backs. And now we'll find that strap. We have that strap. You wrap it around the ball of that right foot, lift the right foot long to the sky. The left foot can be down on the ground. Maybe the left leg is long, but just dropping that right leg out to the side. It's minimal effort and as simply as possible. That left foot can be on the ground with that left leg bent, or the left leg can be long. It really just depends on how it feels, like on your low back and your SI joint. Keep that leg where it is, or maybe you want to explore dropping that right leg across the body over to the left. Maybe you switch hands with the strap. You can bring arm up overhead. Really nice. When you're ready, bring that leg back to the middle, that strap there to support it. And let's just switch feet. So bringing the left leg up into that strap, letting the right leg come down, their foot to the floor, leg long. And then we'll send the left leg out to the side. Maybe closing the eyes and seeing if our face can be a little expressionless. Letting the back of the body, the shoulder blades relax. When you're ready, draw that foot over across the body if you want, or just let that leg be out to the side. Reminding ourselves that we always have a choice. When you're ready, bring that leg back to the sky. Bend the knee, release that strap from the foot. Drop that strap out to the side. And then now giving yourself a couple minutes, maybe just a few breaths, to see if you want a reclined butterfly, a happy baby, a legs up the wall, an Uttanasana, or a Shavasana. Maybe plant the feet and windshield wiper the knees out to the side. Arriving in your Shavasana whenever is right for you. Breathing into the shape that you're in. Not our lizard pose, not our kneeling warrior two, not our mountain pose, but rather wherever you are right now. Wherever you are right now. giving ourselves the gift of the present. Perhaps beginning to bring a little animation back to the body by wiggling fingers or toes, or the nose. And then when you're ready, you can roll to one side. And then when you're ready, you can roll up to a seat. And let's breathe into right now together. We're all going to go do different things this afternoon, but right now we're here. So let's share this present moment as a community. And I will exhale, inhale, exhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, guys.